What is purpose of every business? I'm aware if we were to in a face-to-face session and if I was to ask you this question as to what is purpose of every business, and I'm sure most of you would have said that the purpose of a business is to make profit. And let me tell you,
Purpose of a business can be to make a difference to society.
very good, Tarangji. Very good. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. So let me. I think I can hear one or two more responses. Okay. So no worries. Now that of course is very true, Tarangji. What you have said is, uh, but most people think that the purpose of a business is to make profit, and I can tell you that is completely wrong. And why do I say that is completely wrong? And that is because making profit in a business is mandatory. Making profit in business is compulsory. Making profit in business is not a matter of choice. Making profit in a business is not an option. Making profit in business is non-negotiable. Meaning what? Meaning if you are in business, you better make profit. And if you are in business and you are not making profit, least that you can do is to hand that business over to someone who can run it and make profit out of it. So that is the reason why I say purpose of a business is not to make profit, because that is what you have to do in any case. And as a matter of fact, I'm sure all of you would be aware in any case, today there is a law in this country which is known as Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. And what this law is in case if a company is not paying in time or not paying to its creditors, operational creditors and the financial creditors, which means what? Which means this company is not making profit. And if this company is not making profit, then what happens? This company goes to NCLT. NCLT admits the application of the people who are not being paid, and then the management is taken away, management is suspended, and this company eventually goes to a new set of management. So that is the law today that we have. So the question is, if profit is not the purpose of a business, then what is the purpose of a business? And I'm sure why I'm discussing this point with you. I'm discussing this point with you because once we have a good understanding, good handle on what is purpose of a business, our understanding of the good corporate governance, our understanding of BRSR, our understanding of ESG, our understanding of good corporate governance, our understanding of sustainability, our understanding of responsible business conduct, everything will automatically become clear. So, the purpose of a business is to create value, is to create value, is to create value. So, when I say create value, I'm sure a question must be coming to your mind. What do I mean when I say create value? And the answer, of course, is very simple. The simplest definition that I can give you of the term create value is create value का मतलब है to make this world a better place to live today than what it was yesterday. And that is the meaning of creating value. And that is the purpose of every business, irrespective of geography, irrespective of product, irrespective of industry, is irrespective of type of the service that they offer. And that is to create value. So purpose of a business is to create value. Just to ensure that there is no confusion, let me paraphrase this purpose. So the purpose of a business can be understood as to create value by making profit or to make profit by creating value. So purpose of a business is not to merely make profit, because when someone has got focus only on making profit, that is where the problems arise in a business or in a company or in an organization. And I'm sure we all know this. The people who focus only on business, only on profit, what do they do? For them, corporate governance is not important. For them is making profit by hook or crook is the ultimate objective. As a result of that, they make a mess out of it, as much as they have to fled the country and sit somewhere in London. And that is where we have to understand that purpose is to create value by making profit or make profit by creating value. Now the question is how to create value. So you create value by converting resources into result and then a result into resources. Now what does it mean? I am sure we all know we all know Jamshedji Tata. Jamshedji Tata thought of the steel plant in more than 100 years back. Now, when Jamshedji Tata thought of setting up a steel plant, what was he doing? He was converting resources into result. Meaning what? Meaning Jamshedji Tata, before thinking in terms of setting up a steel plant, had earned enough money through his textile business and through his exports business. And he thought to set up a steel plant and by converting resources into result. So what was the resource? The money that he had and the expertise that he had. And what was the result? The result was a world-class steel plant set up during in those days by the Tata Group. So how do you create value? You create value by converting resources into result. That means आपकी जो capital है वो capital से आप world class plant खड़ा करते हैं and that is the first step in the process of creating value. Now what do you do? Having built a world class steel plant, what do? You go to market, purchase a big log and put it on the factory gate and go home? Of course not. Of course not. Then what do you do now? Now having set up a world-class steel plant, now what you do? Now you start converting result into resources. Result into resources. Now what does it mean? What does it mean? It simply means now that you have a world-class steel plant, produce steel and sell it in the market. And when you sell it in the market, what you get in return? You get money in return. You get cash in return. And what now you are doing is, now you are converting रिजल्ट इनटू रिसोर्सेज. तो पहले आपने पैसा लगा के रिजल्ट खड़ा किया, फैक्ट्री खड़ी करी, अब वो फैक्ट्री को रन करके आप रिसोर्स क्रिएट करते हैं एंड दैट इज हाउ वी क्रिएट वैल्यू. अ क्वेश्चन दैट शुड कम टू योर माइंड एंड कैन कम टू योर माइंड इज why create value? Create value for what? And that is where as an independent director or as a normal director we need to be aware of. So we need to create value so as to strengthen economy of the nation so as to make positive difference in everyone's life without causing irreparable damage to the planet. And that is the purpose of a business, to create value. And why you create value? You create value so as to ensure that you are able to contribute to the economy of the nation and make a positive difference in the life of everyone. That is the role of a business. That is the role of business, not in India, all over the world. It does not make any difference. Now, converting resources into result is growth. So, when you are converting resources into result, what you are doing? You have capital. Using that capital, you are creating a new plant. So you are incurring a capital expenditure. So when you are setting up a new plant, what you are achieving? You are achieving growth. Why? Because when you set up a new plant, you will be able to produce more. When you produce more, that means you would be able to reach to more customer, more vendors, and that means what? That means you are growing. And when you convert result into resources, and that is what is profit. So when you run a company, make products, sell them in the market, you earn profit. And then finally, when you do this, when you do all this for strengthening the economy of a nation, what you are achieving is good corporate governance. So what is good corporate governance? No, I can give you 10,000 definitions as to what is good corporate governance. I can give you 20,000 definitions as to what is sustainability. But I am sure nothing will explain to you as to what is good corporate governance or what is sustainability other than these three things, and that is converting resources into result into resources, and doing it why? Because you want to contribute to the economy of the nation, because you want to make a positive difference in the life of everyone. And remember friends, this is what is leadership is all about. So what is leadership? This is what is leadership. So when you create value, by converting resources into result and then result into resources so as to help the economy. You are achieving growth, you are achieving growth, you are achieving profit, and you are also achieving good corporate governance. And remember, without causing irreparable damage to the planet. Why planet? And that is what we need to understand and be aware of. In life, to face the world, we can have a plan A. Plan A fails, we can have plan B. Plan B also fails, we can have plan C. But remember, in life, we only have a planet A. So we have to take care of this planet because we do not have planet B or we do not have planet C. And that is what is purpose of a business, and that is what is good corporate governance, and that is what is sustainability all about. Now, profit. So obviously the purpose of a business is to create value by making profit or making profit by creating value. So now we need to understand what is profit and how to understand profit. Now before we start that discussion, let me open to every one of you. In case if you have any question, you can please ask me. Else we will move to the understanding of the next aspect, and that is profit and profitability from the perspective of value creation, from the perspective of risk management, from the perspective of performance evaluation, from the perspective of strategy formulation. Open to all of you.